my name is Mayana and welcome to Mayo Core. Today I'm going to be talking about the books that I want to read by the end of the year. Now I know people usually do the end of the year book tag, but personally I just don't really like the tag. There's nothing wrong with the tag, I just feel like I just want to tell you guys like what I want to read. All the questions won't answer all the books that I want to read, and I usually want to read a lot of books at the end of the year and I probably only ever read 2 of them, but that's neither here nor there. I'm just here to provide you with what I want to read. But I just want to let you know that this is not the tag. So unfortunately, if that is what you were looking for, that is not going to be here. But you should still stay so you can hear about the books that I want to read for the rest of the year. So my #1 book that I want to read for the rest of the year is Babel by R.F. Kuang. I literally have 2 more books to read by her and give them 5 stars, and then she is considered an all-time favorite author because I have a rule where I have to read 3 books by yours that are not in a series, and they all have to be 5 stars in order for you to be considered my favorite author. By that, I have yet to find my favorite author, but that's neither here nor there. Romance wise, I have so many, but like out of romance wise, can't find a single person. But anyways, so I want to read Babel. This is like my most anticipated read of the year, and I was saving it for November because November is like dark academia month for me. Like that is the best time for dark academia, is November, like honestly. So I am going to be doing a reading vlog for this, which I know everyone is doing a reading vlog for and it's probably oversaturated, but I just really want to do a reading vlog for this. I don't know why. Even when I had my I'm quitting booktube era, I was always going to upload a Babel reading vlog. So y'all were going to get this reading vlog whether you wanted it or not. So let's just hope you want it. The next book on that list is, hey, my diffuser went out, Fairy Tales by Stephen King. Another one of my most anticipated reads of this year, and for this one I actually am already like halfway through the book. I started in September and I actually was really liking it, but I ended up getting into a reading slump and I just never finished the book. I never picked it up because October was kind of like spooky month for me, and even though fantasy and spooky kind of go hand in hand, I like to read fantasy after. I don't know, I'm very much a mood reader, but like also picky with the moods. I don't know, I'm really weird. But then I got into a reading slump and then I didn't want to read it, and so now that I'm like, I feel like I'm really out of my reading slump. The readings, I have never had a reading slump as bad as I have had this year. Like usually I'll stop reading for like a few weeks, but I never really fully have a reading slump. Like I'm usually like reading a little bit of something every day. This year I've like had full blown reading slumps, and it has been whooping my ass, unfortunately. The next book I want to read is King of Wrath. This is by Anna Huang. She wrote the Twisted series. I've read Twisted Love and Twisted Hate. I read the first 2 books and they were like okay to me, but I really think she's a promising author, and I also love that she is an Asian author writing about dark romance, because I personally think that we need more bi-POC women in the dark academia and the dark romance genre. I talk about this all the time, but I just feel like, I always say black people, but bi-POC in general, like I feel like whenever there's like a new popular trope, we're always like the last to really get on it. Like there's, or not even a new popular trope or a new popular thing. Like right now Christmas romance books like are a huge thing, but I cannot find any like, and like I'm talking about the cutesy like artsy covers. Like there obviously are like romance books, but like there's like been a huge surge of them, and like I cannot find like any really black or bi-POC, that's what bi-POC means. I can't find any bi-POC authors writing like those kind of Christmas books, and it makes me so sad because I want that. Like we already are starting, we're just starting to really get romance books for real, if I'm being honest. Like, so that's something I talk about all the time. So I really respect her as an author, and even though I didn't really love those books, I still want to give this a try. It's just because people who didn't really like the Twisted series are really loving this, and so I want to read it. And I'm also hoping she writes about a dark-skinned black girl in the series somewhere, because she does write about other like races, which is, I just really respect her as an author. I really want to love her work, so I'm probably gonna keep reading her books until I can't read them no more, honestly, because I respect her so much. And then I have Iceberger, which this is a hockey romance, and I am obsessed with hockey romances. And it's like hockey season and I want me a hockey boyfriend so bad. There became a point where I was gonna get into hockey, but like I was gonna get into hockey, like the NHL. I was gonna start watching because the men who play hockey are so fine. I'll just continue hoping for the romances. I really think the cover is cute, but I'm just kind of scared because I've seen people like either give it 3 or 5 stars, and even though I know I don't love everything I read and I have a higher possibility of hating something I read than I do loving it, I still like get scared going into books because I don't want to hate books. Like I feel like there's nothing wrong with 3-star books, but because this year it hasn't really been amazing. Every book I read, I'm like, I want this book to be amazing, and then it's not, and I'm like, okay, this year is kind of whooping my ass for real. So yeah, and then I have First Sister. This book has been on my TBR all year, but then it was like summertime and I was only reading like summer books, and then it was like, and then I got into a reading slump, and now that I'm like in my fantasy era, kind of trying to at least, First Sister has been on my TBR. I really want to read this. I have this on my Libby. I keep renewing my hold on it. Like, I want to read this book so bad. I don't even remember what it's about. I actually own it as well, but it's down here. Actually, I can't grab that, but I do own it. And then I want to also read She Who Became the Sun. I've been trying to read this book for the past 2 years. Excuse me. I've been trying to read this book for the past 2 years, along with Jade City, which I actually have read. I've started it twice, just could not get into it. I just haven't been in the fantasy mood, and when I tried to start these last 3 books, it's all been in the summertime, and like I said, I'm a mood reader, and for me, fall and winter is the best time to read fantasy books, especially in the winter, mainly because I can't find any romance books that really fit the winter vibe, like, you know, right after Christmas, you know, that January to March. Winter is so long. That January to March mark, I can't find any good books that fit in there, so that's like good romance books fit in there, so that's usually when I jump and read my my fantasy books. So I'm gonna try to read it. I really want to do a vlog of me reading the Greenbaum Saga. Like, you guys will get that vlog, okay? So I am going to read this series. Apple has the zoomies right now. I want you guys to know that. Then I have a few non-fiction books I want to read. So I want to read My Body by Emily Rada. I really love and respect her. I follow her on TikTok. I really do not care about models. Like, not that I don't care about them, but I'm not like a huge, like, I'm not like hugely informative about models. I know a lot of models. I mean, if I know a model, she's probably black or a woman of color, and so I really don't keep up with models and stuff like that. But she played, what's her name, she was in iCarly. She played Gibby's girlfriend, so I obviously respect her. And then also she wrote this book, and I thought it was really interesting. Like, I really think it's not like I think of models like dumb or anything like that, because no. So I know, like, she has that whole situation with like her ex-husband who like cheated on her, and like she's also been sharing her opinions on TikTok, and I really respect some of the things she talks about. And then I have American Kingpin, which was introduced to me from Haley Hughes, her and Ashley, which is Dumb Blonde Books. They both talked about this book a lot over the summer, and I was gonna read it, and then I got my reading slump. And then I'm really trying to read it in November, because I really want to read for nonfiction November, because I'm so proud of myself for getting into nonfiction this year. So I saved a lot of books to read in nonfiction November, and then all I've been reading is romances. So it's fine. It's fine. And then I also have From Hollywood with Love, which Aza from Aza's All Booked. She actually introduced me to this book. I will pull it out, but once again, this shelf is always falling. Like, I actually got new like things to put in the shelf, and it's always falling apart. But anyway, so yeah, this one is about like Hollywood, like rom-coms have kind of depleted in the past few years, but how they're picking up again. I think it is about like rom-coms in Hollywood, and I love rom-coms. Like, you know, I'm a hopeless romantic. I'm a lover girl. I love rom-coms, so obviously I also have Bad Blood, which is a story about, I think her name is Emily Holmes, and the woman who like scammed the system and scammed people into thinking that she had like this billion-dollar idea, and people believed her, and yeah, so I really want to read that one as well. So those are like the books I want to read for nonfiction November. I do have a lot of other books I want to read, but those are the ones I just want to focus on, because I don't know how many I'm actually going to be able to get to. And then I have Ordinary Monsters, which I don't know what this is about. I have the audiobook on Libby. I have 7 days left, and the audiobook is 25 hours, so I might want to find like a game to play or something to do while I listen to the audiobook, because there's also 2 people online, so I might not even get to this by the end of the year, low-key. But I put it on the list because I remember talking about it when I did the World Hoppers live stream, and Jess was talking about it, Jess Owens, and I can't remember exactly what she said it was about, but it sounded interesting, so I said I'm gonna read that. And it's been in my Libby and I keep renewing the hold, and I just haven't gotten to it yet, so hopefully I do get into it. And then I have the Marlowe's Murder Book Club. I hope I said that right. I didn't type the name in all the way, so, but I did start this book. It's just like a random book. It's not very popular. From what I know, it could be popular. I haven't really been keeping up with BookTube, so it could be popular, but from what I know, it's not really that popular. And it's about this old woman who happens to see someone get murdered, but she doesn't see who it is, or she's like old and she happens to come across a dead body. I don't know, but I do remember in the beginning of the book, she's like 70 years old, skinny dipping, and I was like, she's an icon. I did start the book, I just never finished it, so I also have the audiobook for that on Libby. Honestly, the rest of these are just what I have on Libby right now, but I do need to get to them. So then I also have Honey and Spice, which Tahira talks about. I think it's a second chance romance. It's a black love story. I'm trying to get through my romances so I can get into like my other genres. I also have 7 Days in June, which I was supposed to read in the summertime, but I never read, so now I'm kind of scared to read it because it's not summer anymore. Same with Malibu Rising. I feel like they won't hit the same, but who knows. If you guys think those books will still hit, let me know. But I'm missing summer so bad. Like I low-key love all the seasons, honestly, I'm not gonna lie, but I love summer, and so I'm really missing summer right now because it's really cold and it's snowing. But like I'm like living in the moment, but like I'm still reminiscing, so like I'm still missing summer. So maybe I'll do like a little, and maybe if you guys want to, maybe I'll make it into a readathon if it sounds interesting, but maybe I'll do like a little summer like reading vlog or whatever, where I just read books that I didn't get to read over the summer, or like books that make me feel like the summer, because I miss the summer. And it's not like the heat or anything, I just miss the vibes of the summer. Like I just miss the aesthetic of summer, and like it being hot outside and like going outside to read, and like I love going for walks. I'm an earth sign. I love plants, outside walks, things like that. I even just walk to the store just to buy snacks, instead of like, I could easily just DoorDash or ask my mom to take me, but I'll learn her to drive, but I'll walk to the store. Like I love going for walks, and since it's cold outside and I'm anemic, I haven't been on a walk so long, and it helps me like clear my brain. It helps me decide what I want to do in my life. Like that's where I like literally am like, okay, I'm gonna get my shit together. Like I'm gonna be like, okay, I'm gonna go home and apply for a job. Like I really decide like what I want to do for a walk. I honestly feel like I've been so indecisive these past few weeks with BookTube because I haven't been on a walk. But also it's fine to be indecisive. Like I don't have to be like, oh, I'm quitting BookTube and then that's just like said and done. I can change my mind. People can change their mind, but I feel like that would never happen if I could have went on a walk. And like I can't vlog me going on walks. Like we need summer back again, okay? I fear. And then I have the Golden Enclaves, which is the third book to the Scholomance, which is the first book of Daily Education. It's my favorite series of all time. Like it's literally up there. If the Golden Enclaves hits, the Folk of the Air trilogy and the School of Man trilogy will be right here. I have to finish Poppy War and then they'll all three be on the same, but so far it's the Folk of the Air. But anyway, so I have to finish the Golden Enclaves. But Tahira from Sincerely Tahiri said that it was so good and it ate, so I'm very much excited for that. And then the last book I have is The Simple Wild. I put this on my list last minute, mostly because it just gives winter vibes. I don't know, to me small town romances give like summer, fall, winter, and it might be like, I remember it being a good book for summer, but I just feel like something about it just gives me summer, it just gives me winter vibes, so I put it on the list. I don't know, I just threw it on there last minute. And then I have a bunch of Christmas books I want to read, but I'm not going to talk about those because I'm probably going to read some in my 24-hour readathon, and I'm probably gonna read some more next month. That's enough. Sorry, I talk a lot. I am so sorry. I feel so bad for my future husband. Like I feel bad for you guys, but I also feel bad for my future husband because he's gonna listen to me talk all the time and I just never shut up. So yeah, thank you for watching this video. Like, comment, subscribe. Tell me guys what you want to read for the end of the year. Let me know how you feel about the summer, you know, summer vlog. Let me know if there's any books that you like, any vlogs that you want to see from me, because I am going to be uploading regular videos on Mondays and then vlogs on Thursdays. Hopefully we'll see how it goes. We're trying this channel out. We're going to try new things and we're just going to see how it goes. But thank you for watching. I love you so much, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Apple, you're so sweet.